how's it going? It's Action Cole here. We are at Cooksville GO station, one of the busiest GO stations in all of Mississauga. It's on the Milton line, and we're gonna do a little walk through the Cooksville neighborhood, which is very central to Mississauga. It's one of the older villages that combine together to make the whole city with Mississauga. So we've got the platform right there. For obviously you can't go and put go through it and get on there right now, but you have to go through the buildings to get to it. There's like an overpass from the parking garage. And one thing I find really fascinating about this place is there's indoor bike parking. So we got outdoor over here, and then we got some indoor bike parking too, which is really interesting. I wonder if I can open this. No, it's locked. Okay, so that's I guess you can't use it right now. But yeah, we'll walk towards Hurontario. We got some signs for the new LRT that's going to totally transform this area. So the LRT, it looks like it's not going to be inside of the station itself. It's going to be on the street, because I think Port Credit is going to be connected to the actual Port Credit GO station, but this one I think is just going to be on the street, and you just walk across to get to the GO station. Actually, pretty nice view. A lot of these GO stations have huge parking garages, massive parking garages, and they're just also surrounded by parking. So we're going to be walking. I haven't figured out exactly the length yet, but I think we're going to walk all the way down to Queensway, which is the end of Cooksville. So we're going to walk all the way down Hurontario Street. Oh man, there's a lot of garbage down there. Somebody left their clothes. Bunch of cigarette packs. Like a Walmart cart or something. Okay. There's bike lane that goes straight into the parking garage. All these parking lots are like empty for some reason, or like not empty, but like there's certain sections where you can't actually get into it. They blocked it off. Yeah, they blocked off this parking lot as well, because I think the construction of Cooksville station on the LRT. So this is John Street. This is John in Hurontario. Hurontario is like one of the busiest streets in Mississauga, and this is where the LRT is coming in. Yeah, if you look north, that's where a lot of the development is. But we're gonna go south. We're gonna go south on this strip. So they're taking away the middle two lanes of Hurontario and putting LRT right down the middle. All of it's gonna be above ground. It's gonna start from Shoppers World in Brampton and connect all the way down to Port Credit GO. It was supposed to go all the way down to Brampton, all the way up to Brampton GO. Brampton GO station in Brampton downtown, but I think Brampton did not want to spend enough money to get it all the way up there. I think there'll be expansion eventually. Yeah, Hurontario is kind of like the young street Young Street, we got a 103 South bus. That's probably going to be extinct soon, because obviously you're not going to need buses when you have LRTs going down the middle. So a lot of this area is like sort of suburban, sort of urban. The beer store down there, but this area is going to drastically change. Like these parking lots are going to get bought up by some sort of developer, and they're going to build some sort of condominiums, build some retail on the bottom road. So we're now on this side of the street it is Irwin, and on this side is Hillcrest. A lot of older apartment buildings on this road. For like the last year or two, they've been getting rid of all these medians. So you notice all like the road is flat in the middle. There used to be a lot of medians, and they're getting rid of them. And I think they're almost done with that process. And so eventually they're gonna start putting down track. They said about 2024 for it to finish, but I don't believe it, man. Because it's almost 2022, and we haven't seen any track. We haven't seen any. I don't know why that bike scared me for some reason. We haven't seen any tracks being like put on. I guess, I don't know, maybe they're further up north. I'm not too sure what the main storage facility is, but I think it's closer to, it's further north, closer to Brampton. So I think this is a high school. I forget the name of it. There's a high school down there somewhere. I forget the name of it. Oh yeah, TL Kennedy. Probably the biggest high school in the area. There's one of the spots where there's a lot of retail and a lot of small businesses in Mississauga. There's small pockets of it in the city. Most of the city is just suburban. There's like these little small gems of like ethnic restaurants or like pharmacies. Good food, stuff like that. So this area has been developed for a very long time without any kind of crazy transit expansions. It's just been known to become the biggest street in Hurontario. Somebody left their food on the ground. So it's been known to be like the big, it's been the spot that has to be developed for an LRT. Pharmacies, massage places, dental offices. far back. I don't know what that is. Envious Dinero. So it sounds like a Spanish company. Oh, I guess sending money to people. A lot of different ethnic food spots. You know, a lot of Indian, Chinese. A little bit of office space too on this side. Smaller office building. You got a pharmacy, you got jewelry. You got a coffee shop. I've never tried Hello Espresso Coffee. So let's come back and check it out. Seems like a nice spot. Hurontario LRT Community Office. Show you the map. So it's connecting from the Gateway Terminal at Shoppers Road, going all the way down, and then connecting at City Center. It's where we went, obviously, and then connecting to Cooksville GO station, going all the way down to Port Credit. So it's gonna really change this entire area. This area is already pretty developed, but obviously it can develop even more. Cooksville Colonnade, I don't know how to say that. It's a big business area. Colonnade Dental. I'm pretty sure I'm not mispronouncing that. Isle of Minerva. I didn't know there was an Isle of Minerva. It's a pretty good Korean spot. Subway, obviously there's a subway on every corner. Got a Hakeem Optical. You know what? I'm gonna go to the left side of the street because there's a bus terminal over there. It's pretty nice. So this is Dundas and Hurontario, or 5 and 10. Really famous intersection. Probably one of the busiest intersections in all of Toronto. Actually, I say Toronto on this side. One of the busiest bus lines, so like the 10, which is the Hurontario bus, and there's also the express buses, Hurontario 103. So all the express buses start with 100, and all the non-express buses are 10, and like double digits. And there's also bus number 5, which is the Dundas bus. That's another bus that goes across, and there's a lot of businesses over here, a lot of people connecting the different jobs. Go south, go towards Port Credit, go north, go towards Street 1, east, go towards Toronto, west, go towards Hurontario. So this is going to be a huge node. Honestly, in the next 15 years, this entire neighborhood is going to look totally different. Like the CIBC, there's a lot of parking space, so that's going to be turned into probably a big condo development. Maybe some office space. The office space, honestly, without office space, you can't really build a nice downtown. So you need a bit of office space to do this kind of stuff. There's always the longest light. $5 haircut, or $10, it was really cheap. This area has become a bit of a meeting place for people, where a lot of buses like intersect, obviously. A lot of buskers. Sinbad Cafeteria, halal meat and grocery store. Okay. This area can be a little seedy sometimes. Weed relief cannabis. Obviously, cannabis shops are everywhere now. There's a mall somewhere around here which has a lot of good ethnic food, Pakistani, Indian, Filipino. I forget the name of the mall. It's somewhere in this area. It's just like a food court area. Oh, we got some Vietnamese food. Caribbean Rush. I've never been to this spot. Orchard Family Restaurant. That building has been there for a very long time, and that restaurant's been there for a very long time. Photography studio down here. A lot of cash for you, a lot of loan offices over here. Obviously people, this area is a little bit more lower income for people, like, you know, area. A lot of immigrants come here when they first moved to Canada. A lot of the rents are really cheap. It's not the safest area, so I was kind of uncomfortable going through there, but yeah, we're fine. We were fine. It's gonna get better and better, more gentrified. Hopefully the new kind of condominiums they bring in are like rent condominiums, and they're like more market rate, so it can be affordable. Glad that they're putting LRT here, because this road is kind of like a road. I don't know if you guys are actually not just bikes. He does like urban videos about Amsterdam and Canada. He's like from London, but he moved to Amsterdam because he hated Canada's like, you know, urban cities. Like, they were not good for bikes. They're not good for transportation. Like Toronto was pretty good, but even Toronto is not as good as like cities in Europe. You know, Mississauga is gonna hopefully transform a bit more with the LRT coming in. Yeah, a lot of these condos are very old, like 1960s, 1970s, maybe in that period. I could definitely see this parcel of land here being developed for like a 3-4 story condo. We have 3 or 4 condos on this parcel of land right here. I think the only issue is like obviously the character of 5 and 10 or Cooksville will probably change. It won't be as ethnic. That's one of the unfortunate issues is like when a neighborhood, it needs some sort of fast transportation or transit, they get an LRT, and 10-20 years from there, like the area becomes very developed and the prices go up because it's next to a line. So it's kind of unfortunate, but it does improve the city. Oh, this is a very new looking condo. It's like nestled in behind this one. They've updated this place a little bit. The front looks nicer. We got some more office space across the street. A lot of affordable housing on the left. Grove apartments. Tell about the writing style, it looks like very dated, like 1960s and 70s. I always thought about it, like, you know how like nowadays we like revere buildings in downtown Toronto from like the 1800s and early 20th century, like, oh, look at the art style and like the architecture, it looks so dope. I wonder in 100 years people will be like, oh my god, these buildings are so nice, why did we destroy it? Like this building that we think is mad ugly, it reminds us of the 70s, but like maybe in like 50 years they'll be like, oh yeah, these buildings were really nice and people want to live there now. That would be funny if that happens. So we're now on Paisley, Hurontario. We're hitting a lot of green lights, so it's good. What time is it? 6:14, okay. How long have we been going on for? About 25 minutes. So we got telemedicine, rapid access. I don't know what that used to be. I have no idea. Oh, we got some construction coming up for the LRT. Got parking all the way at the back. Oh, look at this writing style. It's like so old school. looks so old. Definitely screaming 60s and 70s. Building the LRT right here. I wonder if this is where they're trying to build the tracks. I'm not sure. Beetle. Oh, yeah, a little firehouse there. Really nice, that firehouse. Most likely I have to catch a bus back to my car. So we're at Queensway. So we're getting close to Queensway and I kind of want to get onto the right side, but it's gonna take way too long. These lights are always ridiculously long. So down that way is Trillium Hospital, one of the biggest hospitals in Mississauga. Oh shit, this motherfucker does not see me. He does not fucking see me. That guy almost ran me over. Jesus Christ, you're gonna let me go? You're gonna let me go? No, you're not gonna let me go. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. People are not paying attention while they're driving. This guy doesn't give a fuck. I'm gonna keep going. I might go all the way down to the QEW at least. That is technically where Cooksville actually ends. Newer looking office building on our right. I think there's a restaurant at the bottom called Druxy's. Yeah, never been. It looks like everything on the left side of Hurontario is all residential, and on the right side is mostly like commercial and retail. Oh yeah, they're also adding bike lanes. They're also adding bike lanes to Hurontario as well, which will make it a little easier. Wow, that's a really interesting looking building, like this circular building. I don't know if you guys see it. Let me get a little bit closer. a circular retail building. Very interesting one. Oh, it's like a medical center, medical dental center. It's a pharmacy, family doctor, dental. Interesting looking retail building. Never seen anything like that. Let's get back on Hurontario. Yeah, Druxy's Fresh Revolutionary Deli. Queensway Catholic Center. You're getting really close to the QEW. Little pathway that goes into the residential area. Guys, parking lot 100% can't cover too. They've probably got their office development. Like this parcel of land is a bunch of grass right here. They'll definitely turn into a new building. I'm gonna switch over to the other side. There's bus specific spots where people get picked up. Please don't run me over. I'm coming. Please don't run me over. Please don't run me over. People do not pay attention. I do not want to get run over. Bronte College. What is this? Bronte College, Bronte College over here? Is that what it is? What's over here? Is it Bronte College as well? Okay. Bronte's, I know, is a spot in Oakville. I guess there's an area. I gotta take a mad leak. The Starbucks is really close by. So we got a funeral parlor. So close to 5,000 steps. Another 100 steps. Oh, okay, that's it. We have 5,000 steps. We're getting close to the end of the walk as well. LePage Realty Centers. I heard something ridiculous. Apparently, like 20% of Canada's GDP is like in its real estate. So if Canada's real estate goes down, they lose 20% of our like, you know, our GDP. That's kind of insane to think about. I think that's way too high. We gotta diversify a little bit. So you got Larabelle, aluminum. This house looks like it's like 100 years old. As you see, this Hurontario is already pretty developed for like a street that doesn't have like a rapid transit like line. So you can only imagine how much more it's kind of developed. There's the parcel of land right here. A pretty gigantic parcel of land. You have to put a condominium in there. Okay, we are at the Starbucks. I need to go to the washroom because I drank a little too much before this walk. But yeah, that is the QEW. So hope you guys are joining us. Or joining me, not us. Our walk on Hurontario Street through Cooksville Station. Through the Cooksville neighborhood, sorry. And you guys, please like and subscribe, and have a good one.